Fauci about the origins of the coronavirus. At the time, Fauci said COVID-19 came from a market in China. His diary suggests he actually thought it may have come from a testing lab nearby.
Can you explain to the committee why you chose to fund this dangerous research in China?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution.
The hearing going on that way, with Republicans asking questions and Fauci pleading the fifth. The Dow has plummeted today. Oil prices are back up as Iran launches a barrage of missiles at American forces stationed in Jordan. Federal Reserve policymakers are expected to keep interest rates steady at the conclusion of their July meeting this afternoon. However, most economists think they will raise rates at the next meeting in September. The Dow is down 820 points this hour. This is ABC News. New neighbors can always be a source of stress, but especially when they've got four legs and like to howl. ABC's Michelle Franzen has more on what's happening in Los Angeles.
Neighbors in West Hollywood are frustrated over a pack of coyotes now calling an unfinished condo site home. Resident Patty Fallon says after squatters were forced out, coyotes moved in.
They've been here for about 3-4 months. They hang out on a balcony. I'm a little jealous. They have a balcony. They have rent control, and they howl every night from 10 to 11.
Other neighbors say they're also concerned about the safety of pets and children. The city says it's aware of the coyotes and its policy is to prioritize a non-lethal management technique. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Imagine spending an entire day in the air. A Qantas passenger plane has just made the longest flight ever, just over 24 hours nonstop from Australia to France. The flight was a test ahead of plans to start up new nonstop routes from Australia to New York and London. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
New details in the deadly shooting at the Bite of Seattle. But first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. It's about an hour and 20-minute trips from both Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue, with an hour away from Linwood. It's still a struggle up the Valley Freeway. Northbound 167 will take you at least 30 minutes to get out of Auburn. Renton to Bellevue is under 40 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle just under an hour, and the lake bridges are clear. This traffic report is brought to you by 425 Magazine. 425 Magazine, home design, local living, dining trends, health and wellness, and more. Subscribe today at 425magazine.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Police are still trying to track down at least one suspect and a potential eighth victim in Sunday's shooting at the Bite of Seattle. The person checked into the hospital with a gunshot wound that night, but Chief Sean Barnes says detectives have not been able to reach them.
If you are that person, or you know that person, or you're willing to give us information, you can do that anonymously. Please do that. This is a ongoing and a very complex investigation, and every piece, I think, is very, very important.
Sunday's shooting killed 3 people, including a 19-year-old suspect. Police say they recovered 3 firearms from the scene, including a ghost gun with an extended 33-round magazine that was taken from a 15-year-old suspect. In the middle of the chaos at Seattle Center, one small business inside the Armory became a safe haven. KIRO 7 TV's Nia Bliss talked with the co-owner of Seattle Fudge.
It was just seeing the looks of people like wanting help, needing help.
Which is why Jimmy, Wanasik Sombat,
thanks for letting us in here,
took in anyone and everyone.
We gate up with our shoulders as people were just kind of filing in.
Who ran to Seattle Fudge.
Wanasik Sombat and his family took Monday off to process what happened here on Sunday night. They plan to stay open through the rest of the week.
Tonight, there will be a silent vigil at the International Fountain at Seattle Center. It'll be hosted by the mayor's office and first responders. The vigil starts at 6:30. With Seafair set to start this week, there are a lot of safety concerns following Sunday's gang-related mass shooting. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports Seafair CEO is reassuring people with a powerful message of trauma and survival of her own.
Emily Cantrell says she understands why people might be nervous after at least 3 gang members opened fire at Seattle Center, killing 2 innocent people and wounding 4 others. She is a survivor of the 2017 mass shooting in Las Vegas.
I empathize with everyone involved, and I know that they're left with invisible wounds that will last a lifetime.
Cantrell says the Seafair Festival will include police officers, private security, and state-of-the-art weapons detection systems at every entrance. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A massive win for the Mariners last night as they took down the LA Dodgers 7-6.
The 3-2 swung on, cranked, left field, down the line. foul pole, gone. Sail away, Rob Refsnyder.
The teams meet again tonight at 7:10. You can hear every pitch on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. Now to your KIRO News Radio weather. Sunshine is on again today. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Grateful that you're hanging out with us today. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. This is the first time I'm getting to see you in the flesh without the beard, without the glasses. You look like you're 25 years old.
Hey.
You're getting great reviews from both Angela and Ursula yesterday while you were here.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Check it out on YouTube.
Yep.
Man, how does it feel?
I'll tell you the difference. I've had to, you guys know how I am on time in my routine. I've timed it out. It's about 3.5 minutes every single morning shaving. I have to shave every morning.
Okay.
So I had
now
to add
with
that
the new do.
With the new do.
I gotcha.
So it's good.
Because it's precise. I mean, your mustache now is very precise.
The most important thing is Lillian loves it.
Yes.
That's first and foremost. She absolutely loves it. I did not tell her that I was going to do it. I went and took pictures last weekend to really really come out with this new, I'm in my Renaissance era.
Yes, I saw that.
So I went and took professional pictures. And if you guys go to my Facebook or Instagram, you'll see that I took pictures. I took all pictures, all kinds of places.
Share it on our Gee and Ursula Show page.
But I was in a bathtub.
Oh.
I was in a suit in a bathtub.
Okay, go again. Share it on our Gee and Ursula Show.
Do you have a new album coming out?
That's funny you say that because my group chat, they was tearing me up with the album. So that's funny. All right,
wow.
Ursula.
Okay. I'm just going to get people's juices going this morning. Okay. Not that we're going to need the help today, but a sweeping statement. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if people are going to agree, but I'm going with it. Okay. I think most women like men without beards.
Okay. You know what?
Oh. Text us.
You know what?
Shots fired.
Okay, you know what? This needs to be a segment.
Yes.
I had the beard. I had the beard for 10 years. I had it for 10 years.
Yes.
I'm going to save my opinion on that sweeping statement. Let's get the text messages. 9:47. Let's have a discussion. Fellas, with and without beards, we about to talk about this. But right now, Ursula's top stories of the day brought to you by Pendergast Law.
Okay, and we do have to get very serious because we have serious news in our top stories. Seattle police now say they have recovered 3 guns connected to Sunday's mass shooting at the Bite of Seattle. One was found on the 15-year-old suspect who was arrested, I want to point out, within minutes of the gunfire erupting.
We recovered a polymer 80 9mm ghost gun with an extended magazine that had a 33-round capacity. When we processed that weapon, there were 19 rounds left in that weapon. Those who may be unfamiliar, a ghost gun is an untraceable weapon that lacks a serial number. They are typically homemade and they are illegal.
Police Chief Sean Barnes says officers also found another gun that they believe was used in the shooting.
This was a Glock Model 45 9mm pistol with a fully automatic switch. It had an extended magazine with a 40-round capacity, and there were 21 rounds left in that weapon.
Also, we found out that police recovered a third handgun, but investigators don't believe anyone fired it. And police are still searching for another shooter. Investigators believe that the teen in custody and the 19-year-old gunman who died at the scene may have been firing at that still unidentified person. Also new, police are still trying to locate a possible 8th victim. Chief Barnes says a 27-year-old man walked into the UW Medical Center with a gunshot wound.
This person checked himself in with a potential gunshot wound. Due to legal barriers, We're unable to acquire the identity of this person.
And the police chief emphasized that they really want to talk to that person for any evidence potentially that he could share. Tonight, Seattle Center is going to be holding a silent vigil at the International Fountain beginning at 6:30.
This is why investigations take time. Thorough investigations take time. This is why before technology, before today, years ago, before we had cameras and DNA, this is why so many people were falsely accused sometimes, because the public would want answers immediately. They would want someone held accountable right away. There were some politicians, there were people that rushed to judgment because they know an election is coming up. And the point I'm bringing up right now is in this case, this investigation is going to take some time. We're going to find out who was the person that checked himself in to a hospital, didn't give their name. We all know that HIPAA laws kind of prevent them from hitting up the media and hitting up people, telling them if someone is in. We don't know if it's associated with this case, or we don't know if it's another alleged suspect that's maybe out on the loose. But what we do know is that it's going to take time. They have to continue to do this investigation and get it right.
Now, one question I want to ask is because for years, guns were banned at Seattle Center. And, of course, not anymore. The city actually dropped its prohibition after a court ruling found that local governments generally cannot create gun restrictions beyond state law. But after this situation on Sunday, this mass shooting, the question is whether Seattle can bring that ban back. It is something that is brought up in Danny Westnate's column in the Seattle Times, and I'm curious what you think.
About banning guns?
At Seattle Center.
I mean, if it's
or any large gathering.
I just don't want to. I don't want to make this a fight today. You know what I mean? I really don't. I don't want to make this a fight because I don't want to sit here and start telling you where you should have your guns. I have a concealed weapons permit, right? And right now you can't take it inside of City Hall. You can't take it inside of a school.
But you can't take it at Seattle Center.
You can't take it inside of a bar. And so as of right now, no, I don't think it should be banned. I think that responsible gun owners should be able to carry. We don't all of a sudden start picking and choosing right now and say, oh, hey, maybe it shouldn't be. No. Let's not change it up now. Unless we want to start to open it up to a whole discussion about who can carry and who can't. So in this case, I'm still okay with someone carrying responsibly around Seattle Center.
Text us, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Seattle's Office of Police Accountability has now gotten at least one complaint against Police Chief Sean Barnes over the confrontation he had with a reporter on Monday. In this clip that I'm about to play, you can hear Chief Barnes confronting South Seattle Emerald reporter Connor Nash after Nash asked about the chief being out of town so often, reportedly.
I have been here working as hard as I can for this city from the day I got here. You got that?
There are reports that you are not in town often.
Their reports are wrong. Do you understand?
Let's go, man. Let's go.
You understand?
So when Let's go. Thank you.
So there you heard Barnes' chief of staff eventually stepping between them and moving Barnes away. So this complaint alleges that Chief Barnes violated department policy requiring employees to treat people with respect and avoid intimidating or overbearing behavior. Barnes was asked about this yesterday, and he defended his reaction to the reporter's questioning.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe it as a heated exchange, but that's okay. Listen, I respect our media. I respect what you do. I consider you a big part of the community. I wish I could do it, but I don't have a face for television. But let me say this. I'm always passionate about what I do as a police officer. I'm always passionate about what I do as a community member, and sometimes that passion is in full display, especially if someone is questioning my work ethic or my integrity. But I understand that your job is to ask tough questions, and so I respect that. I want you to know that, and that's for everyone in here. You have a tough job, and I do understand that.
And for context, if people are not following this, Publicola previously reviewed the chief's schedule and found that he was out of town for more than half the weekends during one 4-month period. The chief was asked about the reports that basically he lives in Seattle during the week and goes back to his hometown of Chicago where his family still lives. And this is what he said.
Certainly, I don't travel as often as I would like to. I think any reports that I'm gone every weekend are grossly misstated. I don't have that kind of money. I'm here in Seattle. I love the neighborhood that I live in. I love my community. They love me. They know me. They see me all the time. Don't love the rent that I'm paying, but, affordability is something that we're working on. Is that right, Mayor? That's right. So I feel good about being here in Seattle.
What am I commenting to? Am I commenting to the OPA investigation?
All of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the OPA investigation needs to play out. And as far as how often the police chief travels, I'm quite sure that there's going to be some public requests so they can find out how much he's traveling actually, and that's probably all I can go with.
Well, do you think
know.
a police chief should live full time in a city where he serves?
He does live here full time. I mean, and let me just say this, and the reason why I said he does live here full time is because I just want to say this. I'll answer it with this right here. There could be questions about how often he's traveling between Seattle and Chicago. I'm looking forward to that coming out. I'm sure amazing journalists are going to find out. Unless people know this question, the answer to this question already. So my question would be right back to this, whatever my opinion is about this topic. If your family lived in another state while you worked here, would that change how your commitment to that job happens? Question is should a police chief be held to a different standard than other city employees when it comes to a second home in another state? Should any public officials or public servants that are here in the state of Washington, if they have a second residence in another state, should we all put that on the table, and should we go ahead and talk about that? So what I'm saying is this. I am not, hey, however often he travels, find that out. No doubt about it. But if we're going to talk about a second residence in another state, let's talk about that too. Let's talk about, so if we now know that he does have a second residence, let's talk about every other. So while we're doing the public record requests, let's see everybody, put it all on the table. Everybody put the cards on the table. This mayor, this governor, or this whoever elected official, let's find out everybody that has a second residence in another state. Last thing, should there be a requirement of you living close to where you work? Should all law enforcement have to live in the city that they police? That's another question. All of these things, context, the family dynamics of people. If you're listening right now, do you have a second residence in another place? Or are you in a situation where you have to maybe travel, or your significant other has to travel and work in another state? Mm-hmm. All of these things, all of these questions can be asked. So as far as opinion about how far or how long you should be working, your commitment better be to your job.
Agree. I've been a big supporter of Chief Sean Barnes. I think he's always been a great guest on our show. I respect the fact that he has an extraordinarily difficult job working with a very inexperienced mayor who has yet to prove herself, in my opinion. But I do believe that a police chief has to be fully committed to the city he serves. So if the reporting proves that he is out of town nearly every weekend and is not fully invested in Seattle, I do think that is a legitimate problem. And we're talking about the police chief's job. The public has every right, as you said, to ask whether its police chief is truly present. But I want to speak to that confrontation because I'm deeply disappointed by the way he had that exchange with the reporter. And I'm even more disappointed by how he responded afterward. To say it was not a heated exchange, it was a heated exchange. We all saw it. His own chief of staff had to step in and pull him away. I think the chief had an opportunity to own that, apologize, move forward, but instead he tried to, I think, redefine what people could plainly see, and I think he missed the moment. Do I think he should be fired over one confrontation? No. Do I think he could ultimately lose his job over some of this controversy, especially when he works for a mayor who did not hire him and who he reportedly doesn't have a strong relationship with? Sadly, yes, I do.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you talked about whether or not the police chief, if he were to lose his job. I'm glad you brought that up because let me just say this. And before I get into this, I want to just say, I think Katie Wilson, the mayor of Seattle, personally, I think she's a good person. I think she's a nice person. Mm-hmm. So this, what I'm going to say, is about priorities. Public safety has never been at the top of her agenda, period. This is the same mayor who supported efforts to defund the police. This is the same mayor who opposed permanent public safety cameras, then approved them when a quote-unquote credible threat was there for FIFA. And then soon as FIFA and the strangers and the people left town, she said, turn them off. We're now asking this question, why investigators didn't have more video after one of the worst shootings that our city has had. What do you expect? We have a mayor that does not put public safety number one. We have a police chief who we've had on our show who wants the cameras.
Yes.
You have a mayor who does not want the cameras. So this is part of her philosophy, and I'm going to say it just like this. We no longer have resource officers in Seattle public schools.
It's ridiculous. Both of you and I have said it's ridiculous.
We also have a justice system right now that in the state of Washington, you have up to 5 times as a juvenile to carry a gun before there are consequences. I'm bringing this up because the same people, I believe, the same thought of Katie Wilson and her supporters in base that want to defund the police and don't want to put public safety first are the reasons we don't have SROs in school, are the reasons why we have this situation where juveniles can have a gun up to 5 times. So here's the interesting part about all of this. I don't care what the mayor says from here on out until she stands in front of that press conference, in front of a podium, and tells everyone, public safety is my number one agenda. Until that happens, everything she says is a wash to me. You ain't putting the people first. Let me say this again. For Katie Wilson and her administration, you want to prove that you care about the people? Tell everybody that public safety is number one. Let's quit playing these dang on games. Public safety is number one thing in the dang on country. If you don't feel safe, you lack hope. If you lack hope, you got problems. So I don't care. So you guys want to talk about the chief? Sure, the chief messed up. He shouldn't have had that confrontation. All those things, I'm not even going to argue. But we got a damn mayor that does not put public safety number one. And until that day comes, all of this stuff is a wash and is potentially going to happen again.
1000% agree with you. And on the thing about Katie Wilson, as I've said, she's yet to prove herself. And the fact that she actually did say public safety is her top concern, yet it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to show it. We're going to talk about cameras because Seattle police don't have any SPD surveillance cameras where that gunfire broke out.
Like my good buddy Big O said to me, he'll say it again. The people most afraid of crime are the decision makers and the voices we hear. The people impacted by crime, we don't hear their voice, they have no decision makers, and they're silenced. Mm-hmm. Give me an opportunity and chance to hear from the people constantly impacted by crime. All of these dang old progressive and we love everybody, shut up and put public safety first. Sorry. I apologize, y'all.
Why?
Because I don't mean this personal towards the mayor. But this is what happens. My first job was door-to-door sales. My first job in the world was not being the dang on mayor of a city with a $9 billion budget. It's a damn apartment manager.
What are we doing next?
What happens to growing up when you can't make a mistake? Gee and Ursula.
Ursula. I have a group of friends who have bonded over...
Hi, I'm Ursula Reutin from the Gee and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the Gee and Ursula YouTube channel.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. See our current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
John Curley here. When the AC starts acting up, don't assume you need a whole new system. Home Comfort Alliance, their approach is simple. Repair first, replace only if needed. Their techs diagnose the real problem because a simple fix can often get the cooling back up again and not cost you a full replacement. Need something new? Ask about a heat pump for year-round comfort. That's what we did at the barn. Get real pricing in 60 seconds at homecomfortalliance.com. Call the comfort people. homecomfortalliance.com.
Nothing worse than clutter. With Closets by Design, everything will finally have its place. 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. ClosetsByDesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Trump is now pledging intense retaliation after Iran has fired on U.S. assets in the region. ABC's Karen Travers has more.
This was a surprise attack overnight by Iran aimed at U.S. military forces in the region. The president now is vowing to retaliate. He told Fox News today, we'll be hitting them hard. He said they're going to get a beating. He also used expletives to describe what he might do next.
Meanwhile, according to the Defense Department documents reviewed by ABC News, traumatic brain injuries are the most common injuries that U.S. service members have received while engaged in the Iran war. The King County Council just passed new ethics reforms after a county staff member was accused of doling out more than $800,000 in grant money to her relatives. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
The Seattle Times says they uncovered the program manager paid $813,000 to companies owned by her family members and that the woman pressured 3 different subcontractors to hire her daughter. Councilmember Reagan Dunn, who called for an audit back in 2023, introduced the new legislation that passed unanimously.
Obviously, you shouldn't be doling out public dollars to members of your family. It just doesn't pass the laugh test, and it isn't appropriate. It might be illegal.
The new law clarifies conflict of interest rules and forces any conflict to be resolved, not just disclosed. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The county also found out of 19 partner organizations with the Department of Community and Human Services, 16 had almost $700,000 in questionable costs. Washington Attorney General Nick Brown is claiming another legal victory in the fight over school mental health funding. A U.S. District Court judge issued a temporary restraining order preventing the Department of Education from terminating federal grants that support mental health services in schools. State officials say up to 9 Washington grants were at risk, threatening roughly $20 million in services for students. Brown says the funding was approved by Congress and helps schools hire and retain mental health professionals. A hearing on longer-term injunction is expected in the coming weeks. With U.S. measles cases hitting levels not seen since the 1990s, a Seattle lab is racing to keep up. UW Medicine recently rolled out new testing equipment that can process patient samples sent in from all over the country. Infectious disease doctor Alex Greniger.
So the time we receive the sample to when we can result it, probably about 4 hours, 3.5 hours, which is very quick.
He says that faster turnaround is critical with a disease as contagious as measles, and the same technology lets the lab scale up from 1 test to hundreds. And now for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. It's still about an hour and 10 minutes now from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue. Still about an hour from Linwood. It's a struggle up the Valley Freeway. Northbound 167 will take you at least 20 minutes to get out of Auburn. Rented to Bellevue is under 40 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle about 45. The Lake Bridges, so far, so good. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. For your forecast, sunshine is on the way. Much warmer temperatures today in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 67 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. If you missed the first segment of our show, you need to listen back because Gee, I think without the beard, you just let some... You're unencumbered with your passion about Katie Wilson and her lack of seriousness when it comes to public safety. I think you expressed what a lot of people are feeling right now.
I mean, hey, and maybe going forward, maybe Katie Wilson's going to prove me wrong. Maybe she's going to prove me, and she's going to let her base.
To prove you wrong.
She's going to let her base know, like, hey, I am. Not only am I going to say public safety is the number one priority, I'm going to show you that public safety.
Exactly. including more cameras, please. We clearly need that. But let's talk about young kids today and what happens to a generation that cannot make a mistake. So Gen Z, as you know, is America's first generation raised on social media. Yeah. And we all know the lives are public. Even in your worst hour, you can be exposed to the whole world. And this article in The Atlantic reports that is actually having a major effect on how they live their lives. So, as you know, making mistakes is part of growing up, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you learn. I often would tell my sons, it's when you make a mistake, how you respond to it is when you have the biggest moments of growth.
Right.
But many young people today are just unwilling to be imperfect because of that fear of it making it on social media, being shared all over the place and essentially ruining their lives. Mm-hmm. In a YouGov poll published this year, a majority of Zoomer respondents said that fear of being quote unquote cringe held them back from opening up emotionally or even pursuing hobbies or going for professional opportunities and expressing themselves freely online.
Yeah. I just want to say this about this topic. First, I'm glad we're talking about it. And I just want to say it's not just a Gen Z problem.
No.
This is an all of us problem. All of us, because of social media, because of technology, a way everybody can see if and when things don't work. They can see if your marriage didn't work. They can see if you actually didn't graduate from that college. They could see if maybe your son got cut from a pro football team, right? So there's a lot of people. And by the way, the critics out there are often the people out here with the least amount to gain. It reminds me of that person that likes to criticize the parent, but that person has no kids. I've had a situation like that where a person with no kids has the audacity to judge me as a parent, right? And so once you look at them and you want to say, bless your little heart, but I just want to say for failure, and I'll just say this for you, Ursula, and I'll leave it alone. Failure, you know how it costs a certain amount of money to go to UW? It costs a certain amount of money to go to universities. It costs a certain amount of money to go to college. It
costs money for everything.
And for education.
Yeah.
It costs money for everything. Nothing's free. Failure is the cost for success. You fail, that's your tuition. That's the tuition you pay to be successful. So for anybody that wants to say, but Gee, do you know how many dang on times I failed? You know how many people right now are in the world today that's like, man, that dude ain't gonna never amount to nothing?
Can you have alluded to it, but can you give us an example of when you experienced that or like who said that specifically? I know. Okay, you don't have to name names unless you want to, but I know sometimes it's within family.
Okay.
When you hear those messages.
All right.
Right?
Yeah, so since I shaved the beard off, I'm going to come at you direct. My mother. My mother is the one that told everybody, including me, you wash cars for a living. What a waste. What a waste of the education that you got. What a waste of everything that was put into you. And you out here washing cars for a living.
God, that had to hurt.
Mm-hmm. When I was younger, because of her beef with my father, I got, you ain't going to amount to nothing just like your dad. So I'll say it's a blessing and a curse. The blessing is my whole life I have fought to prove my own mother wrong. The curse is I haven't stopped. The curse is I have never gotten to an amount of time and says, oh, wow, I made it. That's the curse. The curse is you do things that are just ridiculous. Like, you know, the person with no kids judging me for missing my son's wedding, right? So all of those things is a curse. But anyways, I just want to say.
But it's a curse, but it's also a blessing because it keeps you motivated.
Yeah.
If you lose that kind of that whole thing with the Seahawks when they would say you got to play with a chip on your shoulder? In some ways, it motivates you to keep proving people like your mother wrong.
I just want to say I am able to continue on my path is because today I have a wife that is understanding. So some people might say, oh, wait, your wife probably is understanding because of how well you're doing now. Remember, the first 2 out of 3 dates.
Yeah, she paid.
She paid. During the pandemic, when your dog was out there working DoorDash, she was paying the majority of things. So it's, you know what I mean? So that's one of those things where I just want to go back to the point of failure. If you're Gen Z, Gen X, Boomer, everything, please don't be worried about what they say. And who is they? The critics.
Yes. Society will always be criticizing and looking to put you down, even if they don't know you. But one of the things that these folks were saying is that this has even led to a decline in romantic relationships. Young people are partnering less and having less sex than any time in the last 70 to 80 years. And again, for fear of failure, for fear of being outed on social media.
I got a question for anybody that's single right now. Maybe the fellas, the single fellas right now listening. When the last time you asked somebody out on a date? Seriously. Face to face. Not in the DMs. Just face to face. I think a lot of our things, we so scared to get turned down.
It's true.
Fear
of rejection is very real.
You want to know how I got over that fear of rejection?
Get rejected.
Door-to-door sales.
Oh, that's so true.
Door-to-door sales. All right, coming up next, Popeyes. Now, I want to tell Chef, I don't want...
We got to talk about your new look.
Oh, yeah, good point.
And some folks have some opinions on Ursula's sweeping statement.
I said sweeping statement. Most women like men without beards.
No, stand on it.
No, I still stand on it. Okay, but I might have to change it to I just like more men without beards.
No, that's not fun. Coming up next.
Okay.
Men with beards, men without. Next, Gee Ursula.
I heard a lot of gunfire.
It really sounded like a firework at first.
A community searching for answers.
Breaking news, a mass shooting at Seattle Center.
500 plus people just like stampeding our way.
It was horrible. The kids right there screaming, trying to get their dad.
The station you trust when it matters most.
Detectives are working to track down everyone involved.
KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM and mynorthwest.com.
I just picked up a 2026 Subaru Forester Touring Hybrid from Carter Subaru, and G's in his Renaissance area. I am officially in my spoiled era. I have never felt so good in a vehicle. This is my first hybrid, so with gas prices going up yet again, the timing couldn't be better. But what I really love is how much it feels like a true family vehicle. Mark and I drove up to Bellingham over the weekend. Actually, we went to Lummi Island, and the Touring was a dream to drive. The 360-degree surround view monitor helps with parking. Driver focus technology watches for distractions. And then the heated front and rear seats make everybody a lot happier. Although it was a little warm, so we didn't need it, but just nice to know that it is available. And I was reminded because I had to go get new license plates, and the Carter Subaru team is fantastic. They made the entire experience so easy, and they have earned their great reputation, and it is why we are repeat customers. For a limited time, you can get a 2026 Subaru Crosstrek starting at 1.9% financing for 36 months on approved credit. Carter Subaru in Ballard, Shoreline, and online at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 7/31/26.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
The Boeing Classic welcomes the world's greatest golf legends to the Pacific Northwest, August 14th through the 16th at the Club at Snoqualmie Ridge. Watch Masters champions and Golf Hall of Famers compete for a $2.3 million purse at the only PGA Tour champion stop in the region. Bring the whole family and make sure to check out the Seahawks Village, packed with fun for all ages. Tickets start at just $20 and kids get in free. Visit BoeingClassic.com to get yours today.
Did you know that 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state? I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide financial support for breast and gynecologic cancer patients in our community. Join us at Life in Color, a summer brunch, auction, and fashion show on August 23rd at the Somme Hotel in Woodinville for an unforgettable afternoon of inspiration. Get your tickets now for Life in Color on August 23rd at nwhopeandhealing.org. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
After the mild winter we just had, forecasters are predicting above average temperatures this summer across western Washington. If your home is struggling to stay cool, your attic could be the culprit. Jake Skorheim here. Poor insulation or no insulation in your attic can account for up to 40% of the heat gain in your home over the summer. That puts a load on your air conditioner and it can leave you sweating. Fortunately, Valentine Roofing has you covered. This summer, bundle energy-saving attic insulation with a new roof and save 10%. That's better comfort, improved energy efficiency, and less strain on your cooling system. Thousands of homeowners have trusted Valentine Roofing for roofing, attic insulation, and complete home protection because every project comes with the Valentine experience. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. Plus, with no money down on your project, you don't pay until your project is complete. Call 206 Roofing to save 10% when you bundle a new roof and attic insulation. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
KIRO News Radio is giving you a shot at 4 tickets to see the Seahawks in their preseason home opener, Saturday, August 15th.
To enter, open the KIRO Newsradio app or visit mynorthwest.com/win for details.
You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your chances.
Enter daily from July 28th through August 3rd.
Full details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
That's mynorthwest.com/win.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Luke Ducey, KIRO Newsradio reporter, is going to be coming up next, talking about, there's ethics reform with King County and how they dole out the money. Oh, my God, shocker. He does that at 10 o'clock. But right now, we need to talk about Ursula's sweeping statement. She made a sweeping statement earlier at 9 o'clock. And Ursula, you on the clock.
I said, I think most women, if they're honest, like men without beards. Like they're men without beards. And And I said that because if you look on YouTube, or we should post a picture on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page. Gee, you've got a baby face. I told you this morning you look like you're 25 years old because you've shaved your beard shaved. You have a very thin mustache now.
Right.
And let me see, because it's hiding behind, and you have a little, what do you call that? Like not a goatee. What is the?
I do
describe it for
goatee.
me, please. No. Is it a goatee?
Goatee.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then along with this around the lip,
Yeah.
they call it things. I don't want to lose my job on what they call
gotcha.
this.
Okay,
I don't want to lose my job.
Okay.
So, Ursula's sweeping statement is that women prefer men without beards. I got some text messages on the text line, but I also just got a personal text message from a good friend of mine that says women prefer the look of men with beards, but we all know men with beards. Wait a minute. We all know men with beards are cheaters. Wait a minute. Hey.
Okay, wait. I'm not going
right
with that
there.
sweeping
Now,
statement.
A coworker, matter of fact, I won't say who it is. A coworker, before I came in for this segment earlier this morning, says that when they grew their beard out, they got a lot more attention from women. One of the reasons why I think beards for men sometimes is because not a lot of people can grow a beard. So if you got 10 men, right, not all 10 has the opportunity to grow a beard. So it more gives you the distinguished look. Now, if I'm being vulnerable, which I have been today, I want to be vulnerable with all of you. I was fat 10 years ago. I was fatter than I am now. And what I mean by that is when I grew the beard, it kind of hid some of the fatness. So I kind of leaned in on the beard, but I kind of shaved it off a little bit. I know Lillian was saying that when we first met, I had something that was kind of weird. I don't know what it was, and then I had the beard for a while, and then here I am today. When I made the decision to shave, I did not tell my wife about it, and I was wondering. And Ursula,
you didn't tell your wife about it.
No.
Did she show her pictures, or did she just walk in on you?
I walked in on her, came into the house, and she said,
what was that?
She said, "Where's my husband at?" You know what I mean? Where's my husband
and
at?
so what's her reaction now?
She likes it.
I bet she loves it.
Yeah, she loves it.
Full-throated enthusiasm right away, or did it take a minute?
No, she liked it right away.
That's rad.
Okay, well, and can I just say that with your beard, I don't see your smile. With your beard, I couldn't focus on you. Okay, I don't mean to be getting all
we have a good conversation.
Superficial.
What we got?
Okay, but your smile, it just completely changes everything.
Well, I'm glad it worked out.
So what I'm finding out though is on the text line, it's mixed.
It's mixed.
Yeah.
Tomorrow in Tacoma, I'm with Ursula. I don't like facial hair, especially beards. And in 360, sorry, Ursula, you're wrong. Beards are great. I can't stand stubble.
Can I come in with my own sweeping statement?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and this is not directed at you, Ursula. I have to preface this. High maintenance women prefer men without beards. So if you have an extensive makeup, skincare, fashion routine, you're always primped and preened, you're probably less likely to enjoy a man with a beard. However, if you are, a little bit more woman of the people, somebody who doesn't have a problem strapping on a pair of boots, right? You're more likely to enjoy the scruffy look.
And by the way,
I was going to say, my friend Leisha just texted me, and she is not someone who straps on the boots and she is someone who preens and does exactly what I do. We have a lot of the same hobbies. She loves a guy with a beard. Irene in Tacoma says, I'm on Team Ursula when it comes to beards, especially the long mountain man ones. Ick.
Crystal in Tacoma says, give me a chubby, bearded man with tattoos. I hope that this segment does a lot for folks. What I mean by that is Man, people like different things.
Yes, of course.
Right? Before, I loved the beard. I thought my wife loved the beard. But finally, I realized, like, wait a minute. You ain't like the beard on me? And so, one last thing. This is also motivation to I got to keep losing weight. Because I don't want to grow the beard back, because I grow the beard back is so I can hide some of my face fat. So I got to make sure I got to stay. By the way, this shaving every day is kind of weird. That's been
well, Andre says you look like you're 15. I gave you 25. He's saying 15. I mean, it just makes you look really young.
Thank you. Let me check in with my homeboy, Nick. Nick, beard or no beard?
I think my sweeping statement is the previous generations liked the more conservative, clean-cut look because that's what they grew up to find attractive, but they were told to be attractive. The newer people today, they like the facial hair and the beard. Look at the athletes today. Way more beards. Back in the day, all clean-cut.
More than Gee Ursula Show next.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
John Curley here. When the AC starts acting up, don't assume you need a whole new system. Home Comfort Alliance, their approach is simple. Repair first, replace only if needed. Their techs diagnose the real problem because a simple fix can often get the cooling back up again and not cost you a full replacement. Need something new? Ask about a heat pump for year-round comfort. That's what we did at the barn. Get real pricing in 60 seconds at homecomfortalliance.com. Call the comfort people. homecomfortalliance.com.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Experience the thrill of seeing orcas and humpback whales with Puget Sound Express. Join their family-run tours for guaranteed whale sightings departing daily from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book now at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When you see this in your kitchen,
the stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Dr. Anthony Fauci invoking the Fifth Amendment today at a Senate hearing. Fauci has become a flashpoint in the debate over the federal government's COVID pandemic response.
Fauci cited what he described as Senator Rand Paul's obsession with calling for his prosecution, saying he believed he was subpoenaed to testify so he could potentially be prosecuted for perjury.
Under the advice of my attorneys, I will invoke my right under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution to refrain from answering your questions.
While President Biden preemptively pardoned Fauci on his last day in office, that clemency wouldn't protect Fauci if he was accused of lying to Congress. He's denied wrongdoing and claims he's being vindictively targeted for his role in the pandemic response. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
The Federal Reserve Board weighing the next move for interest rates, the ongoing war with Iran, the recent tariffs, and inflation, leaving the possibility that the Fed could raise interest rates after its decision today. This is ABC News. The American Red Cross with an urgent appeal for blood donations.
We need people to step up.
Matt Trotter is with the American Red Cross, which has declared a national blood supply emergency.
If 3 more people came to every Red Cross blood drive over the next month, we would be out of this crisis.
The nonprofit has been hit from both sides, a seasonal increase in demand for blood products and a precipitous decline in donors. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Schools are now turning to drones to help combat active shooters.
The aircraft, called Campus Guardian Angel, can ram into a threat at 50 miles per hour. Mithril Defense, the company behind the drone, says they'll be stored at the schools so teachers can activate them during an emergency. But some parents are raising concerns.
They are operated remotely from Texas.
Critics also argue the drones could misidentify a threat, and they argue school resources should go towards preventing gun violence.
ABC's Sophie Flay reporting. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
New details in the deadly shooting at the Bite of Seattle. More on that, but first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. Southbound I-5 from Linwood to downtown Seattle is running about 26 minutes. Northbound from South Center into downtown is almost 18 minutes. Over on the east side, 405 is seeing the heaviest delays, with Bellevue to Linwood taking around 27 minutes and Bellevue to Bothell about 21 minutes. Westbound 520 from Redmond to Seattle is a smooth ride right now. I-90 from Issaquah into Seattle is moving close to average speeds. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. At least one suspect remains on the run after Sunday's gang-related shooting at the Bite of Seattle, as police are also looking into a potential 8th victim. Chief Sean Barnes is pleading with them to come forward.
This person checked himself in with a potential gunshot wound. Due to legal barriers, we're unable to acquire the identity of this person.
Barnes says they recovered 14 shell casings from the scene along with 3 firearms. One of them was a ghost gun with a 33-round extended magazine that was taken from the 15-year-old suspect. A 19-year-old suspect was killed in the shooting along with 2 bystanders, a 56-year-old woman and a 44-year-old man. A Seattle dessert shop became an unexpected refuge during Sunday's mass shooting at the Bite of Seattle. KIRO 7 TV's Nia Bliss talked with the co-owner of Seattle Fudge.
After gunshots sent people scrambling to his storefront.
Just started filing people in.
Hiding them with his own family and employees.
Little by little, as many as we could fit.
Giving his kids a bigger lesson beyond serving ice cream.
We're just kind of compassionately supporting each other.
Jimmy Wanasik Sombat and his family took Monday off to process what happened here on Sunday night, and they plan to stay open through the rest of the week.
The Washington State Bar Association has canceled the remainder of this week's bar exam. The association says a technology failure delayed the first day of testing. Officials say they don't have enough confidence the issue will be fixed in time to safely continue. Affected applicants can take a makeup exam later this summer or early fall, transfer to the February 2027 exam, or receive a full refund. Well, it was a nail-biter, but the Mariners pulled off a heroic victory last night against the LA Dodgers.
The 3-2 to Betts. Swung on, ground ball up the middle. JP has it. Scoops it up. Fires to first. In time. That's the ball game.
Final score 7-6. The two teams will face off again tonight at 7:10. You can catch all the action on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. And Seattle's new favorite celebrity, Jimothy, is headed to the big leagues. Well, sort of. The Mariners are celebrating the viral Ballard raccoon with Jimothy Night at T-Mobile Park on August 5th. Fans who buy a special ticket package will score a Jimothy t-shirt, and the first 20,000 fans through the gates will get a collectible rookie card. Not bad for a raccoon. And now for your forecast. Sunshine today, highs much warmer in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 68 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Gee and Ursula Show. Gee is just about to walk into the studio. He is a dude who likes to be on time. Good morning, Gee.
Good morning. Jeez.
Every once in a while, those newscasts are just a little tighter than you expect.
Yeah.
But anyway, good morning. We are in our second hour. Coming up at 10:30, we are going to be talking about the perfect summer vacation island being ruined. And can too much love of a particular tourist attraction be a bad thing? I've got Leavenworth in mind right now. So we'll talk about that coming up at 10:30. As always, the Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line is open for you, 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
What's new at 10?
Gee, you remember we had King County Council member Rod Demgowski on the show, and he was talking about some of the audits that uncovered $13 million in spending that the Regional Homelessness Authority couldn't explain. And we were asking how that could happen. And he said, well, there are going to be things moving forward that this can't happen again. Well, Luke Ducey is here to explain that something is changing.
Something is changing. There's ethics reforms that just happened last night at a county council meeting with a unanimous vote, 9-0 to approve it. We'll get into what it is. So it involved another audit and kind of looking at the books that involved a program manager years ago who was responsible for $10 million for a youth education and anti-racism program. Well, the Seattle Times uncovered this. They said they found that she had paid some $813,000 to companies owned by her family members over some 5 years. And the Times also said the woman pressured 3 different subcontractors to hire her daughter.
Yes.
Those are ethics concerns, but no rules in place in King County at the time to deal with that. Here was King Council member Reagan Dunn yesterday, who called for that audit back in 2023. It didn't happen until 2025. Well, he introduced that new legislation.
Obviously, you shouldn't be doling out public dollars to members of your family. It just doesn't pass the laugh test, and it isn't appropriate. It might be illegal.
And they also found from a recent report, out of 19 partner organizations with the Department of Community and Human Services, 16 had almost $700,000 in, quote, questionable costs. So what does this new ethics reform bill do now that it's passed 9-0? Basically, it expands and clarifies the conflict of interest rules to specifically prohibit deals with people of close relationship to you. And it also requires any conflict of interest to be resolved, not just disclosed.
I want to make a clarification because I mentioned the Regional Homelessness Authority, which did have its issues after an audit uncovered that. But this is pertaining to something within King County's purview, like specifically. So it's a different department.
It is, but within that 30,000-foot view,
yes,
we've got multiple issues of fraud and where's the money, and where did it go, where was it spent. We need an audit.
So, beyond the new policies, has there anybody been held accountable for this?
One thing
I know about Luke Ducey gets to the bottom of a lot of things, and so that's going to be my first question. Has anybody been held accountable for this?
This is the case where they needed to make their rules more robust, and they needed to. And now, what they have to do, like most corporations do, most corporations make this a part of their onboarding process, or they, make it kind of an annual, reiterating of the rules and sign this ethics, sign the paperwork saying you agree to all this. They didn't have these things in place, so you've got to teach everyone in the county now, all 7,900 employees,
right.
And so it's kind of more of a moving on rather than holding people accountable.
So today is 2026. This all came about by the end of 2025. They figured all these things out. So as of 2024, none of these things were in place. Is that the taxpayers' fault that these things weren't in place? Or is that King County leadership's fault that it wasn't in place?
Crappy leadership. I'll answer for Luke because he's a reporter.
Oh, that's right. Dang
yes.
it. Sorry, Luke. Apologize.
So
I will.
I will answer that, but I do want to get Rod Dembowski back on, or the King County Executive Gurmai Zahalai, because they told us on this show if they can actually, in fact, try to prove that there was actual fraud, that people could be held criminally liable. In addition to potential, and we haven't heard anything of that nature, right? And we have not heard of any sort of firings in terms of other than what had already happened.
And especially with the King County Regional Housing Authority, no, I to date, that's come out. And,
yes.
No.
Okay, so we will do our follow up. We will do our follow up. But Luke, thank you. It sounds like this is in fact a step forward. So
Luke,
appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a step forward, and they're going to be doing something longer term and larger as well. Claudia Balducci said that she's going to really work now on a project to modernize the entire ethics code for the county. But it took this audit to get there.
Yes. And there'll be more audits, I'm sure, in the future.
Thank you.
Hopefully. Should be.
Appreciate you, brother. Before we move on, I just want to say this. If you're listening right now, have you ever reached out to county or city government for something? Maybe a permit?
Yes.
Maybe. Do you know how hard it is to get things for yourself, you as the taxpayer? Now, we're talking about $800,000 in money just given out to 4 to 5 family members. And so someone would say, hey, let's blame the person for that. Sure, you can.
First and foremost, blame the person.
Blame the person. But where were the safeguards in 2024 into 25? Where was the conflict of interest checks? Where was all of these things? I got to tell you, I know Ursula. We're gonna get him on the show. We've had the King County executive on, and we had a lot of the people. That's all of these folks have been in place.
Yeah,
like these things, these safeguards that Luke comes in and talks about. Oh, we have a new ethics thing. Well, where was it before?
Well,
like you don't get a congratulations. You don't get a that's good, because taxpayers are asking,
thank you.
Why in the heck did you not have these things in place? So that's the bigger story.
Yeah, it is.
The bigger story is, why wasn't there a system in place, and who is going to point to that? Everybody, there's just a boogeyman that doesn't exist.
Well, no. What exists is King County Executive Dow Constantine at the time. He was the one in charge. He now has an even bigger job with even more money involved. So hopefully there's audits and safeguards in place when it comes to the kind of money that they give out at Sound Transit. But yeah, you've got Gurmai Zahalai, who was a county council member, who is now the county executive, Claudia Balducci, county council member, Rod Dembowski, who's been here, and who he said, we as the county dropped the ball. The only one who was saying something was Reagan Dunn.
And the thing is if you're listening to us talk, it feels like we're talking about the same thing all the time. And we're hearing about the new ethics and the ethics rule that's going to come in place. We're going to prevent this from happening again. We have a new thing in place. But the part that has to really make all of us just shake our head, scratch our head, the people that were in place when all of this was happening, when you thought that there were systems in place to prevent that, these same people we hear they doing their thing. Out here about Dow Constantine, he doing his thing. Matter of fact, he don't make less money today.
Yeah, he
My
makes
man
more.
make more money today.
Yeah.
Like, man, you think about that. Like, imagine, there's nowhere in the world that me personally, if I was the boss somewhere and things was that messed up.
You could fail up?
No. Boy, Ursula, how do you fail up today? How do people fail
It seems to
up?
happen time and time again. But one of the things would be, how do you fight back? As a taxpayer, how do you fight back? What I have said, as long as I don't feel like my money is being spent properly, unfortunately, I'm going to be a no vote. And that was not the case before. And I've seen too often how, as a taxpayer, my taxpayer money is not handled well. And that is one way. The other way is you vote them out.
Before we move on, like the how do you fight back part. So when I start to think about that, like being a no vote all the time, which I understand a lot of times, like nobody wants more taxes, and especially when you're seeing your tax money being handled this way. I don't want to get calloused, me personally.
Me too.
To the point of and where we stop any type of funding for organizations and or people that need it. I don't want to get into that. But your answer, your question is how do you fight back? And this is the part that breaks my heart. It's hard to fight back systems that have been put in place for years.
It's true.
Or lack thereof. So what I'm saying is by 2024, there still wasn't safeguards in place. And the reason why is, to me, it is exposure. Mm-hmm. It is a view and a window into just how dang on corrupt government has been for years. Mm-hmm. And it's been allowed to do these things. And so now we having a reckoning right now where it's like, hey, here's a system in place. But in 2024, there was no systems in place.
I'm glad you brought up the point about cynicism, because we see the effects of that playing out in a lot of the smaller school districts around the state, where trust in government and schools has cratered to the point where they can't pass a levy, and it is crippling the ability of those schools to provide the kids in those communities a basic education, right? And it's also worth bringing up when we talk about issues of fraud or potential money being misspent, to put it into context, right? Because there's $800,000 which was really questionably spent with this one instance.
Yes, one instance.
One instance, right?
But there was more.
Yes, there's more, and there's $13 million unaccounted for in the King County Regional Homelessness Authority,
which is separate.
Yes, correct, separate. But you also have to look at, hey, that does not necessarily mean that every dollar that was spent by that agency went to waste. And that can't be the entire story of what government does.
It's not the entire
story. You have to question how it is being watched.
And I agree with you. But check this out. So G. Scott is in charge, Ursula, of $1,000. I'm in charge. And I am to take this $1,000 and I am to buy food for KIRO Radio on Fridays. G. Scott spends $900 on food for KIRO Radio on Friday. G. Scott takes $100 and keeps it for himself. Now, the good is $900 did get spent for food on Fridays. But you can't look away
No, absolutely.
with that $100.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? Like, no matter how much good happens, you can't look away at the $100.
Exactly.
And especially, you can't look away with there were no safeguards in place to guard that $100.
Yes.
So, to Chef's point, I agree. There were some things that were good. Most of the time, most good. But it's hard for taxpayers to look away when you're like, so hold up. Y'all got all these systems in place for us, the taxpayers, where we want something.
Yes.
But you in government.
Somehow it just goes through like a sieve.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Someone texted in and said, how do you vote them out when the only other options are more of the same? Someone who is slightly right of the aisle or conservative has no chance in any election in any of these cities or the state. I will 253. I will say what I've said before, which is the state Republican Party needs to do a much better job of fielding candidates who could actually be elected in the state of Washington to give better options, because so far they've been failing miserably.
Yeah, and the thing is when it comes to government and systems not being in place, and you want to talk about any potential type of fraud and all over, fixing this doesn't necessarily mean bring in some party. Because if you guys, wait, do you guys really want to have this discussion about Republicans right now and conservatives in power? If you guys want to have that discussion, we can. We can really have that discussion about what's happening right now. But I don't know.
Orders of magnitude.
I don't know that you guys want to have that discussion. Right. Let's just stay simple and local, and let's just keep it at, I don't care if you are Democrat or Republican, take care of the damn money.
Exactly.
Belief in responsible spending is a nonpartisan issue.
Yes, absolutely. Agree. Okay. With the little bit of time that we have left, we haven't spent enough time talking about the good that happened in the middle of such a horrific night with the shooting at the Bite of Seattle. So when gunfire erupted, strangers were running for their lives, and near Seattle Center, there were two young men who opened their apartment door and gave these freaked out people somewhere safe to go. William Large says he and his roommate saw the terrified families sprinting down the street. His roommate ran outside and started guiding people inside, and within minutes, up to 16 strangers packed into their tiny apartment. And parents were holding their kids. People were crying. One child tried to slow his breathing and process everything that had just happened. And William Large moved everyone away from the windows and the doors and tried to keep them calm until police arrived.
After we figured out what was going on, the first thing I started thinking about was just getting people to safety.
He tells KIRO 7 TV his message afterward was just as simple. He says, all it takes is opening a door to get others to safety. If that's all it takes, then open that door. Which, if you see the video, you need to watch it, because it was quite remarkable. They weren't even asking questions. They just saw people freaking out. And when people are in danger, there are strangers who will help out.
Evil exists. Evil exists, no doubt about it. We saw that this weekend. But I don't want people, and we, Ursula, I think collectively we say this on the show, I don't want people to believe that the majority of people are evil, because it's actually the exact opposite.
So true.
Most people are wired to help out. That's just how it is.
Like Mr. Rogers would say.
If something happens in a community, in a neighborhood, let something happen in the community.
Look for the helpers.
And watch how people come together.
Yeah.
Watch how people don't ask, what do you identify as?
Mm-hmm.
What is your political affiliation? Mm-hmm. They don't do that. So I'm grateful to see this, because you tried to look for some of the positive stories that happened, even though this was tragedy. I'm glad you brought this up, because this is an example of people, most of us are good people.
Absolutely. Yeah. And William and your roommate, thank you for showing your big hearts when people were, understandably just distressed.
Right. All right, Ursula, we got scenarios happening at 10:47. So check this out. You find out that there's this perfect summer vacation island. However, you find out also it's kind of being ruined. Ursula's going to explain all of this next. Gee Ursula.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over Hi, I'm Ursula Reutin from the Gee and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the Gee and Ursula YouTube channel.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales Event going on right now through Sunday, August 2nd. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales Event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
Ichiro is back, and he's trading base hits for long balls. 50 season celebration weekend kicks off with the all-new Alumni Home Run Derby presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. On Friday, August 7th, after the team takes on the Rays, see Ichiro step up to the plate against other former Mariner sluggers. Seats are going fast. Get yours at mariners.com/tickets.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repair, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-list member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision.
If you're over 50 and you've been diagnosed with a cataract, or your vision is changing as you're developing an early cataract, you could be a perfect candidate for K2 Vision RLE.
It's inevitable. At some point, typically in your 60s or 70s, you'll have a dysfunctional lens that eventually becomes a cataract. To restore your vision, you will someday need a procedure such as refractive lens exchange.
The question is, are you done with glasses? Do you want to spend your good, active years hassling with changing prescriptions and needing readers?
K2 Vision RLE can give you great vision now, permanently, and you'll never develop that cataract. The procedure is quick and painless, and our state-of-the-art custom lens technologies give highly predictable outcomes.
K2 Vision doctors have performed over 150,000 procedures. They know when it's your right time for RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at k2visionrle.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
When the heat's an 11,
cool AC would be heaven.
DayandNight.net.
Stay cool this summer with a new AC or heat pump from Day and Night. And with installation, you'll get a free furnace.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. Call us about installing a high-efficiency cooling system or servicing your existing one so you're cool when you need it.
Get a new AC or heat pump now from Day and Night to stay cool this summer. Plus, with installation, you'll get a free furnace.
DayandNight.net.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
You've worked hard, saved diligently, and now retirement is on the horizon. But will your nest egg go the distance? With rising costs and uncertain markets, there's no time for oversimplified plans. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
At Seattle Children's Hospital, 1 in 3 patient families can't afford the food their kids need to heal. A child recovering from surgery and the family struggling to put nutritious food on the table. That's why Seattle Children's, Safeway, and Seahawk, Jackson Smith and Jigba launched the Food First Project to fight pediatric food insecurity by providing grocery cards, produce vouchers, and food as medicine programs for families. No barriers, just help. 12s, we need you. Learn more at Safeway.com. Again, that's Safeway.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Today, the Federal Reserve is considering what to do with interest rates in the midst of uncertainty that has been stemming from the Iran war. Stocks have been on a downward spiral today in response to continued fighting and statements from the president about more intense retaliation. More from ABC's Elizabeth Schulz.
Oil prices today are up about 8% as of right now. That is a significant move higher that is going to, as we have seen over the past few months, trickle into higher prices in other parts of the economy. And as this uncertainty over exactly where oil prices land, but the fact is they are still higher now than they were at the start of the war. That has put pressure on inflation. And the Fed is in a position where it's looking at this and saying, do we need to raise interest rates to try to bring some of those prices down over the long term?
A woman wounded in Sunday's mass shooting at Seattle Center is sharing her story of survival. KIRO 7 TV's Jack Bilyeu reports.
Victoria Uni says she laid on the ground for 40 minutes before paramedics found her. She described arriving at Harborview, waiting to find out if she would survive or lose her leg.
I have never seen so many doctors and nurses waiting in the lobby or waiting area.
She kept the leg, but the bullet is still in her calf, too close to a vein to be removed.
You could feel it.
Wow. A permanent reminder of this senseless act of violence, which police are now describing as a shootout between rival gangs.
The chair of Seattle's Public Safety Committee is calling out what he sees as City Hall's inability to act on gun violence. Bob Kettle's comments came during yesterday's committee meeting following Sunday's shooting at the Bight of Seattle that killed 3 people.
It's not a tale of 2 cities here in Seattle, but a city of 2 minds, with an apparent inability to move forward to take decisive action.
Kettle and Councilmember Maritza Rivera are both calling on Mayor Wilson to partner with the council on a comprehensive gun violence strategy. At yesterday's media briefing, the mayor vowed to work with groups like the National Network for Safe Communities and Cure Violence Global. The King County Council just passed a new ethics reform after a county staff member was accused of doling out more than $800,000 in grant money to her relatives. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
The Seattle Times says they uncovered the program manager paid $813,000 to companies owned by her family members and that the woman pressured 3 different subcontractors to hire her daughter. Councilmember Reagan Dunn, who called for an audit back in 2023, introduced the new legislation that passed unanimously.
Obviously, you shouldn't be doling out public dollars to members of your family. It just doesn't pass the laugh test, and it isn't appropriate. It might be illegal.
The new law clarifies conflict of interest rules and forces any conflict to be resolved, not just disclosed. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Southbound I-5 from Linwood to downtown Seattle, just under half an hour. Northbound from South Center into downtown is going to take you at least 20 minutes. 405 is seeing the heaviest delays still, with Bellevue to Linwood taking you about a half an hour and Bellevue to Bothell about 20 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. Now to your forecast. Warmer weather and more sunshine today. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's 70 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is open for you, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Can you love a tourist attraction too much? The reason we're asking this is because Leavenworth may be coming close to that situation where it's the perfect vacation destination, but it's being loved to death. And the Bavarian-themed town is one of only a few towns in the state that attracts tourists every season of the year, right? And the numbers keep growing. When was the last time you went to Leavenworth? Is that a place that you like to go?
No, I remember I told you I just went there for the Seahawks rally deal.
Yes.
I think it was before the pandemic.
Yeah, so we go probably every year, and sometimes a couple of times a year. It is a favorite, not just because of my German heritage, but I think they just do a great job of making the town very tourist friendly. But now there are more than 3 million people who go to Leavenworth each year, and the city's own residents say that the success is increasingly coming at their expense. So like many, Lake Chelan is also like that, where there's just this love-hate thing with the tourists. And the latest community visioning survey rang the alarm, saying that a large majority of residents believe that tourists are overwhelming everything, local infrastructure. They're messing up traffic. They're making housing impossibly expensive and creating a city that no longer feels like their own.
Yeah. And this is some of those things that you don't think about until it's really too late. Let's take Leavenworth, and people always tell me, Ursula, you being people, you got to go to the Post Hotel out there in Leavenworth.
Yes.
How cheap is the Post Hotel, everybody?
Very expensive now.
How
Even
easy,
more now. More so.
How easy is it to get reservations at the Post Hotel?
You got to do it a year in advance.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it got too popular.
We go to these places, and let's take Chelan. By the way, shout out to the people in Chelan. I was talking to my partner. He's got a house out there. The smoke has been
bad
every year. Out there every year. But Chelan, these places, great place. I've been to Chelan way more often than I've been to Leavenworth. It's a great place, cool place, but what makes it great out in Chelan? Well, the weather is, I guess, hot, just like out here. There's water out there. Like, I was really thinking about this before the segment. Like, what really makes Chelan
I can tell you.
so much better that, go ahead.
Because we go... Yeah. Or we used to go every year, and we used to stay in Manson, the town of Manson. We used to stay at Wapato Point, and it was just, they have built it to where, I mean, if you like water sports, if you like boating, any kind of boating, swimming, canoeing, anything like that, you're going to love Lake Chelan because the lake is right there. It's very accessible.
What does Chelan offer that I can't get out here?
In the summertime, it's extremely hot. I mean, so it's very, very hot.
Okay.
Can you get it? Everything here? You can get food here. You can get nice hotels here. I mean, I think there's just a certain vibe that goes along with
Chelan.
People like the wild outdoors environment, the cabin style destination. Yes. There's nowhere really on the west side of the state, at least around the Puget Sound area, where you can go stay on a lake and you are surrounded by mountains, but not traffic. You know, you have this beautiful natural environment that you're in that is not in a city.
Yes. I mean, the lake itself is incredible.
A gem.
It is a gem.
When I auctioneer, I sell a lot of Chelan packages, okay? All right? Do you guys know that Chelan packages go for a much higher premium than a package to, let's say, hey, 2 fly into LA for a hotel stay? It is more expensive to go to Chelan here locally than it is to go to LA. So
people want to get away.
I'm trying to really figure out.
You want to understand?
I'm trying to understand.
No, because I see that look in your face now that you don't have a beard, full beard, that I can tell there's something else that you're trying to get at.
No.
Because I will
anything.
say that when I go, I told you, it's like my happy place. There's something about that kind of deserty feel, and it's just when it gets hot, and I love it when it's hot, and the lake water is cold.
I'll help you guys out. I actually know the answer.
Okay.
I know what makes Chelan special. Again, I sell it all the time.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why my wife loves Chelan so much, and some of you, I would argue that Chelan, Walla Walla are some of, or probably could arguably so, is better than Napa for wine.
Oh, that's a big thing. But
so
you know, I'm not.
Y'all out.
I'm not a big drinker.
I'm telling you, going out there to Chelan for wine, to go to the different wineries.
Yes.
Walla Walla. I'm being serious when I say, if you've never been to Chelan, it rivals Napa. And by the way, when I sell Napa, that really goes for a lot of money, right? So it's the wine that you're paying for. By the way, sometimes when I do this show, I just do things to kind of mess with you a little bit. I do know why. That's what makes Chelan different. It's the wineries.
Okay.
And look, and then the kids.
I saw the look on your face. But see, the wineries have zilcho for me. I mean, it's being able to, the first time I ever jet skied, Lake Chelan. The first time I floated in the middle of a lake, and my friend and I were doing meditations and joking around, my friend Sonia, and we were in the middle of the lake, and we're like, where could we do this?
Yeah.
Lake Chelan. It was just, you make great memories there. Lakeview Cafe, love it. Blueberry Hills Cafe, love it. So it's like you feel like you're on vacation when you're there.
Look, I was just messing with you guys. I love, when I go out to Chelan, for me, I love how much it slows me down.
Yes.
Like, it slows me down out there. You do feel like you're on vacation. It's really cool, especially a little downtown little area. You don't have to, dress up and all that kind of stuff. So I do like it. And by the way, I don't know why y'all messing with me today. I got more people texting my phone today. Now somebody was, Chelan has nothing on Napa. I said the wineries. Walla Walla and Chelan rivals the wine out there in Napa. I said what I said.
But here's the thing. I mean, because we ended up focusing on Chelan, but regarding Leavenworth, and yes, you can love a place too much, but I also remember during the pandemic when they were begging for customers, and they were begging. What happens when the tourists go away? Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Because so much of their livelihood is based on tourism.
Right. And another reason why sometimes I just don't like to drive, even though I ain't driving. You know I don't drive these days, right? When Lillian drives.
Yeah.
I'm a passenger seat.
Heidi in North Bend says, I've lived in Washington my entire life and have never been to Chelan. I suggest you check it out.
Yeah, you got to go over there.
You got to go.
It's nice. All right, coming up next, we do a little scenarios. Gee and Ursula.
I heard a lot of gunfire.
It really sounded like a firework at first.
A community searching for answers.
Breaking news, a mass shooting at Seattle Center.
500 plus people just like stampeding our way.
It was horrible. The kids right there screaming, trying to get their dad.
The station you trust when it matters most.
Detectives are working to track down everyone involved.
KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM and mynorthwest.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
All right, I'm very happy to have Phil Mitchell from Sunset Auto Family on with me right now. And Phil, you guys offer such an amazing value for people who are driving their cars a little bit longer now. And you guys offer repairs for life. How does that work?
Basically, we're going to cover any repair we do for $250 or over for as long as you own the vehicle.
So let me ask you this question. Let's say that I buy my vehicle elsewhere. My transmission on my car breaks down. You guys fix it. 10 years later, I have the same problem. You guys are going to fix that again for no cost?
That's right. No cost to you for as long as you own the vehicle.
So why would you even offer this? This has got to be incredibly expensive for you.
You know what? We just want to keep our customers for life. So chances are if we do a repair for life and we take good care of you, you might look us up when you decide to get a new vehicle. And we want to be your lifetime dealer.
So somebody really does feel like they're part of the Sunset Auto family.
That's exactly right. We want you to be part of the family, and that's why we take good care of you.
Oil changes for life, warranty protection for life, and repairs for life. Only at Sunset Kia in Auburn, Sunset Ford, and Sunset Chevrolet in Sumner. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
What would you do if the person you love needed round-the-clock care and you had no plan to pay for it?
I was very worried about running out of money.
When Mike's wife was diagnosed with dementia, he turned to LifePoint Law and Elder Law attorney Rajiv Nagayich.
And then he said, "You're going to be okay, but we have to get through these steps." Then I felt a whole lot better going into it. It was still a very difficult process, but in the end, I knew that there was someone there that if I needed help, understood what I'm going through.
LifePoint Law helped Mike protect his wife, his finances, and his future.
They laid it out really well up front. They give you a very in-depth plan. There are so many things that you don't know. I could never have done it on my own.
Register for a free LifePoint Law retirement planning seminar in Federal Way August 1st, Puyallup on the 4th, Tacoma on the 6th, or Bellevue August 8th. Space is limited, so sign up today at LifePointLaw.com. That's LifePointLaw.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Let's get to scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
I love my spouse. And before I continue, let me say it again. I love my spouse, but I can't stand her family. Every holiday turns into drama. And every time we leave, we're arguing because they think I wasn't warm enough to their parents. Now my spouse wants us to spend a week on vacation with the entire family. And I said, absolutely not. I told them they can go, but I'm staying home. Am I wrong for refusing to spend my vacation with my in-laws? Or should my spouse respect that not every family has to be one big happy family? 888-973-5476 is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Ursula, you have to bet first.
So, as always, there's more information that I need that would help me answer this. But I would say that it would be disastrous for him to go if every single time it turns out to be a nightmare for him and all those involved. Is there a way that he could join them on vacation? He and his wife join him on vacation, but they stay in a separate venue, right? Where
Right.
you can kind of limit the exposure.
Right.
And be part of the group on things that you can be part of.
Right.
And then show that, again, and it depends on how important this is for his wife.
Right.
If it's super important and family's super important, I think there's a way that you can find some kind of compromise.
Yeah.
But I also think that the wife needs to recognize that it's unfair to keep putting him in a position where he is completely uncomfortable.
Yeah. I just want to say this. Look here, fam. If you're in a situation where your wife wants to go spend a week with the family and she wants all of you together and you're saying you don't want to go, and or you're saying, like Ursula's saying, that, hey, we can go, but we stay separate, and your wife does not want to stay separate, she wants to be with the family, bro, you're in trouble. No, I'm being serious. Mm-hmm. Now, do I understand?
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
I mean, look, we just, everybody don't rock together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think these conversations and these things are easier when you've been with your spouse longer, right? Or you're older, right? Because there's a lot of hard conversations with relationships in your 20s and 30s. Oh, is it tough? It's real tough. So I just got to say this. If you're in your relationship today and your wife wants to spend time with the family and you don't want to, that's a problem. It doesn't matter if you're justified in it. It does not matter. If you two aren't on the same page, there's a problem.
But do you think that there's a way that they could find, whether it's staying at a different venue and then try to work something out so you have a little bit of time with them, you're showing at least an effort to your wife and the family.
Like Ursula would say,
yes,
you got to find your compromise.
That's right.
Right? You got to split the baby. Ooh, that's a bad term. You got to.
I don't see it here, though.
Yes.
I don't see it. Like, what was the reason they gave for not, like, they said they can't stand the in-laws because
there's always some drama.
There's always some drama. Okay. Families are messy.
Yes.
I hate to break it to you. Families are messy. And let me clue you in on something.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of times in the families that don't have drama, it's because there's a lot of stuff that just never gets brought up, and everybody's quiet about it, and that can create its own set of problems.
Complete.
What I hear, though, is disdain from you and a genuine desire from her family to include you and to want to get to know you.
Yes.
And for your wife, sounds like she desperately wants to foster a relationship with their parents because it's important.
Yes.
I think you need to maybe try a little harder.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a text comes in. 425 says, I am the spouse in this scenario, and I love my family, and I love spending time with them. By the way, this is the first time they've ever texted. It's really difficult having my husband and my family together, and sometimes staying at a different venue works, but not always.
It doesn't always work. You're right. So, again, but at least you're making that effort. And to Chef's point about families being messy, when my parents were alive, my in-laws were alive, and when we would all get together as a big group, guaranteed there was going to be drama. There was always going to be somebody.
Did you have some drama, Ursula?
Oh, good Lord. I was the peacekeeper.
Shocker.
I know. But a lot of times it was like someone wants to boycott this. Someone's having a meltdown here. Someone's like, now I'm mad. I'm not going to talk to them. Oh, my God, I can't believe. That was part of the deal.
And as the spouse, you don't have to participate in it. You're in a position that's actually really good.
Yes. Limit your exposure.
Can we all admit one thing? That all of us, most of us, mature as we get older. Because I just want to say, when I was younger, I did some of that. I ain't doing that if so-and-so there. I ain't going to this. I don't want to be a part of that family. You know what I mean? I just want to look at myself and say, I was immature on a lot of those situations. Nick, what you got, good brother?
I don't think this is the first case of a spouse not being so favorable towards their in-laws and preferring not being around them. So I'm not considering this a rare occasion or isolated incident where he's being extra moody when it comes to these people. You can have your feelings justified whether it's positive or negative. But if the wife wants to get the fam together for a few days, for whatever, I think you got to just suck it up and go through the motions to make the majority happy. Can't say there wasn't a warning on your end, though, with the drama and arguments with this party. So go ahead and follow through, but just know, might be a little explosive with the fighting going on with this gang. Do your best just to be the bystander and watch with action unfold. No one's going to get mad at you just if you get your popcorn ready and watch everybody do their thing.
Good stuff, Nick. I got a question leading out of this. Answer this one. What's more important? There's two sayings. What's more important? Happy wife, happy life, or happy spouse, happy house? Which is most important?
I know what you're going to say, but I'm going with happy spouse, happy house.
You want me to tell you the truth? I know happy house and happy spouse should be how it goes down.
Everyone. Yeah.
That's how it should go down?
Yes.
But the truth?
I'm done. I'm done with my sweeping statements of the day. I already did the whole beard thing.
Okay. Well, okay. Let me go.
You go.
Let me go. Happy wife, happy life all day long.
That's because women already make a lot of accommodations to men that men maybe are not even aware of.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coming up next, we got more of the Gee and Ursula Show.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
A riddle brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? Progressive protects them both. It was an easy riddle. Learn more at Progressive.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Summer is the time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Following surprise attacks by Iran on U.S. assets, U.S. forces across the Middle East are on high alert. President Trump vowing to retaliate. The renewed hostilities and uncertainty with gas and oil prices are factors the Federal Reserve Board is watching as it decides what's next with interest rates. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze.
There's a lot more uncertainty going into this Fed meeting than we typically have. Usually the Fed's moves are pretty well telegraphed. The market knows what to expect. This time around, there's less certainty about it. And that's in part because we've had less communication from the new Fed chair, Kevin Warsh. He has made a point to say they don't want to telegraph exactly what the Fed is doing ahead of their decisions like the one this afternoon. And also because of the fact that you have these inflationary concerns.
Tense moments on Capitol Hill. Dr. Anthony Fauci appearing before a Senate hearing on the COVID response. He invoked his Fifth Amendment rights and declined to answer questions. He received a preemptive pardon from President Biden before he left office. This is ABC News. In Japan, crews continuing to search through the rubble of a collapsed mall following yesterday's powerful earthquake. Japan's prime minister says at least 13 people have died. ABC's James Longman has more on the search.
Choppers seen running. An explosion 90 minutes later, part of the second floor collapsing, and now thousands of emergency personnel have been deployed to assist in rescue and aid efforts. The quake's epicenter was located on the southwestern island of Kyushu. 300,000 people have been told to evacuate to safety. Fires broke out throughout the area. Tourists witnessed the famous stone wall of Kumamoto Castle crumbling to the ground.
The risk of flash flooding remains in portions of the Northeast following severe storms that swept through. Areas of eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York received 3 to 6 inches of rain. Water rescues are underway from Tennessee to New Hampshire, and a tornado was confirmed in Trapp, Maryland. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
We're learning new details on Sunday's gang-related mass shooting. But first, KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Linwood to Seattle, about half an hour right now. Northbound from South Center into downtown Seattle will take you at least 20 minutes. Redmond to Seattle is a smooth ride. Over from Issaquah to Seattle is also moving close to average speeds right now. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss the biggest event of the year at T-Mobile Park, 50 Season Celebration Night on August 8th, presented by Doctronics. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Police are still trying to track down at least one suspect and a potential 8th victim in Sunday's shooting at the Bite of Seattle. The person checked into the hospital with a gunshot wound that night, but SPD Chief Sean Barnes says detectives have not been able to reach out to them.
If you are that person, or you know that person, or you're willing to give us information, you can do that anonymously. Please do that. This is a ongoing and a very complex investigation, and every piece, I think, is very, very important.
The shooting killed 3 people, including a 19-year-old suspect. Police say they recovered 3 firearms from the scene, including a ghost gun with an extended 33-round magazine that was taken from a 15-year-old suspect. In the middle of chaos at Seattle Center, one small business inside the Armory became a safe haven. KIRO 7 TV's Nia Bliss talked with a co-owner of Seattle Fudge.
It was just seeing the looks of people like wanting help, needing help.
Which is why Jimmy, Wanasik Sombat,
Thanks for letting us in here.
Took in anyone and everyone.
We gate up with our shoulders as people were just kind of filing in.
Who ran to Seattle Fudge. Wanasik Sombat and his family took Monday off to process what happened here on Sunday night. They plan to stay open through the rest of the week.
Tonight, there'll be a silent vigil at the International Fountain at Seattle Center. It will be hosted by the mayor's office and first responders. The vigil starts at 6:30. With Seafair set to start this week, there is a lot of safety concerns following Sunday's shooting. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports Seafair CEO is reassuring people with a powerful message of trauma and survival of her own.
Emily Cantrell says she understands why people might be nervous after at least 3 gang members opened fire at Seattle Center, killing 2 innocent people and wounding 4 others. She is a survivor of the 2017 mass shooting in Las Vegas.
I empathize with everyone involved, and I know that they're left with invisible wounds that will last a lifetime.
Cantrell says the Seafair Festival will include police officers, private security, and state-of-the-art weapons detection systems at every entrance. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Washington State Ferries says a familiar face is back at the Mukilteo Ferry Terminal.
Hi, baby. Hi, Mr. Minky.
You may remember last summer when ferry workers discovered a curious mink and nicknamed him Melvin. Washington State Ferries say at least 2 minks have been spotted around the terminal. Ferry officials say leave the snacks at home and give the furry neighbors plenty of space. Now to your KIRO News Radio weather. Sunshine along with some clouds today. Highs will be pretty close to the 80s. Right now it's about 71 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Grateful that you're hanging out with us today. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. In our third hour, coming up at 11:30, of course, we agree to disagree. And this time around, one of the questions is going to be, should you rat out your neighbor when they're doing something like, for example, in the middle of a drought, they're keeping their lawn green? Are you the person that is going to narc on your neighbor? Okay, text us. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. And let's get to it.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
We will continue with our top story coverage regarding the shooting at the Bite of Seattle. And the question that keeps coming up is, why did it take nearly 5 hours on Sunday for the mayor and the Seattle Police Department to address the media directly and inform the public that a potential second active shooter was on the loose? And if you haven't been tracking all of this, the media was initially told to gather near the Needle for a 9:45 press conference that night. But that presser did not actually begin until nearly 11 p.m. And a source tells Fox 13 that SPD was actually ready to go. But the mayor's office had made the call to delay so that, quote unquote, dignitaries could join. Mayor Katie Wilson was asked about that yesterday. She was asked whether her office made the call to delay the press conference.
That is not my understanding, no. So my understanding, which I shared yesterday, is that, first of all, we had a lot of communication going back and forth between my office and SPD and our state and federal elected officials as we were trying to work together on the response to this incident. Hold on. And like I said, at Seattle Center, we had a scene of active investigation where the police were actively looking for suspects. And so my understanding is that we were told that it was not helpful to have me or other elected officials coming down to the scene while that active search was going on. And so we went back and forth and eventually landed on an appropriate time to address the press and to share information. That is my understanding.
She just told on herself. Did you guys hear it? She just told on herself. Right now, according to Q13, their sources say, right, that they delayed it so dignitaries, the fact that they use that word is interesting, so that they could be present before the announcement's made, but SPD wanted to say something earlier.
And it would make sense that SPD would want to say something because there was a suspect still on the loose. Would you not want the public to know that they're actively looking for somebody?
Exactly. Now, that was Q13's source. G. Scott's source says the same thing, that SPD wanted to say something and they were being held. Now, I want you guys to listen to something. Now, check this out. Let's just say I'm wrong. Let's just say the source for Q13 is wrong. The question is this: did the mayor and that administration, did they hold things up when SPD wanted to do something? The answer is either yes or no. Now, Ursula, do me a favor. I want you guys to listen to the mayor. Does this sound like someone that is confident and knows what's going on? Listen to this.
That is not my understanding, no. So my understanding...
Stop right there.
My understanding. That's the way you have an out.
She tells on herself.
Yeah.
She keeps saying my understanding because the reason why is because you can't definitively say yes or no because you know that answer will get you in trouble. So what you'll say is, you'll say my understanding. Well, here's my understanding. Public safety ain't number one for your administration. If it was, then a press conference wouldn't have taken 5 hours. And you guys want to talk about previous mayors? Let's talk about that. Could you imagine Bruce Harrell being in this situation? You guys have seen Bruce shows up to the scene. Bruce shows up with the families. 5 hours? 1 hour? 2 hours?
Oh my God.
3 hours? 4 hours? 5 hours before the public can know, hey, there's a potential another alleged suspect that's out there. What in the heck are you doing? And by the way, another source tells me they was on the dang on phone talking to each other, all of them, the governor and all of them, at 9 o'clock at night, coming up with a plan.
Uh-huh. Which is why I don't believe the mayor. And why is this important, you might ask? Are we getting into the weeds? No, actually, there was important information not being put out to the public when there was a very active and dangerous scene happening. And there is a question about whether she actually has a policy limiting SPD from holding press conferences. She was asked about that yesterday.
Protocol right now, there's a big event like this, that SPD has to clear it with your office. Is there some type of indirect order or an official order from your office where they are handcuffed and you can't hold a press conference?
No.
Well, she was able to say no by being handcuffed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is SPD handcuffed by your office? No.
Every person that I know internally at SPD said they wanted to say something. There was something that they wanted to do prior to when they actually were able to do it. And these dignitaries, I mean, with all due respect to Governor Ferguson and Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, they did not add anything other than a photo op for the networks that were undoubtedly going to be showing up and broadcasting this on their shows on a national level.
Anybody notice Governor Ferguson made sure to talk about what he has done? In that first press conference, he talked about what he has done, the money that, was it like $110 million?
Yeah, for more police.
For more police. Yeah. I just want to let you guys know that I approved $110 million for more police. But man, nobody cares about that right now.
Yeah, exactly. We have a shooting suspect still on the loose. We don't even know if we have everybody just yet. We've got victims still showing up at the hospital, and we need to wait for dignitaries to show up.
Of all the people on the show, I'm the most likely to be able to defend Katie Wilson. Jim in Linwood says, I think an inexperienced politician was persuaded for other politicians to arrive. That sounds about right to me. You have an inexperienced person who's like, oh, wow, this is... Okay, I'm just the gravity of this sinking in.
Yes.
It's a huge mass shooting. I don't want to mess this up. I need some protection. We'll bring in the wings of Jayapal and Ferguson to flank me at the press conference. That's cringe, y'all.
Well, and they added absolutely nothing.
I just want to say, if y'all just heard that from Chef about that says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, by the way, can we just say, y'all didn't scratch your head when you heard dignitaries? Like, that doesn't get used in this situation. Like, are you guys hearing? Like, listen to things that's being said. Waiting for the dignitaries to show up?
Now, am I impressed with the information provided since then? Until yesterday, no.
Because information was given to them, telling them, hey, you need to have a press from here on out. You need to be over-communicative to the public, and you need to have a press conference every day so the people can know what's going on. I wish you would have acted like this from the very beginning, but it seems like you learned your lesson. By the way,
I wish the police chief had been briefed before he did his first press conference.
That was disaster.
That was not good.
That was disaster.
Yeah,
Chef.
that was not a good look. That was not good.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to tell y'all, remember, we talked about this in the beginning of when you vote in inexperience. This is what you get right now.
And to be clear, that was not my vote. As the one who lives in Seattle, that was not my vote. Okay, before you even send it, you get what you deserve. No. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about Tacoma, because on Monday, I missed the show because I was the opening speaker for a conference in Tacoma. Yeah. It had been a minute since I'd been to Tacoma.
Yeah.
And call me impressed. The whole downtown area of Tacoma, clean as a whistle, first of all. I stayed at a hotel next to the convention center. The convention center is really nice. The hotel was great.
Okay.
I mean, it has changed up. And as I was driving away, I drove past the UW Tacoma campus. And I was reminded once again, I've been there before, but I was reminded once again, what a great little jewel to have in Tacoma. A UW branch in the city of Tacoma. And right now we're learning, so this is a story about UW Tacoma now wanting to transform itself from a commuter campus into a true college town right in the middle of downtown. What do you think?
It's magic. It is beautiful, Ursula. Shout out to UW-T and what it is doing for the community.
Mm-hmm. Because, okay, the Puget Sound...
Did you like that one?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
The Puget Sound Business Journal is reporting that the university is now planning a $115 million housing and dining project, and it is getting ready to double enrollment from about 5,000 students to 10,000.
Okay.
And this project would include a new 300-bed dorm, basically, and UW Tacoma's first traditional dining hall. The developer would also take over operation of the existing Court 17 apartments. Construction could begin next fall, with the new facilities opening in late 2029. But the university wants to make sure everyone knows that this is not just adding beds. They want to create a campus where students stay after class, they build community, and they bring activity downtown throughout the day and evening. And you know better than me Tacoma's ongoing struggle to revive its downtown. This can only help.
Listen, don't nobody want to hear from me. They want to hear from Ursula. You was down there. You went and stayed at the hotel. You was down in the mix. You tell the people. Because my brothers and sisters in Tacoma, how was the hotel? It was good.
Okay, I stayed at, you know what okay, you're going to be proud of me. You are going to be proud of me. I didn't know we were going to talk about this, but I had to pay my way. This was a volunteer thing on Monday, and so
shout out to Ursula going out there volunteering. I just want to say there's a lot of people that wouldn't do that. So shout out to you. I'm being serious.
I thought you were being facetious, but anyway, yeah. So
I'm not.
So I thought, well, you know what? I don't want to try to wake up and do what you do every day. Like on a Monday morning, try to drive from Seattle to Tacoma.
Yeah.
So I stayed at a hotel.
Okay.
And then I was looking at,
You get that robe? But go ahead.
Well, initially I was looking at things like, Hampton Inn, which is perfectly fine for my family. I know that that's not the way you would travel necessarily, but everything was minimum $200 a night. And I'm thinking, unless I was going to do Motel 6, and that wasn't going to happen. So I just said, you know what, Ursula, why aren't you going to treat yourself? So I stayed at the Hotel Murano.
What? How'd that feel?
Fantastic. I said, this is how G lives. This is how G does it. It was so nice.
Yes.
And it was I was able to just walk right to the convention center. But if you haven't been to Tacoma, seriously, the Tacoma I remember in 1988 when so much talk was about the hilltop of Tacoma and this crime and armpit of Western Washington, blah, blah, blah. That's a gem.
So
the city is transformed, in my opinion.
So when G says on this show, hey, everybody, this has been happening for years where people say stay away from that neighborhood. So then the property goes down. Property tax goes up. People come in. And so, the aroma in Tacoma was foul. It was real. Hilltop was, the Crips was down there coming up from L.A., people moving up. Yes,
and
there was
talk about that all the time.
Doubt. But guess what's happening? Seattle, about the same way. It happens all the time, but people like, you don't want to move there. Oh, you want to leave there. It's terrible there. Meanwhile, rich folks is buying up property. International folks is buying up. Hey, by the way, how's Bellevue these days? You remember when I first moved to Bellevue, it was industrial, if you will. It was sleepy.
No.
How's Bellevue now?
By the way, I was just in Bellevue yesterday. Funny you ask.
Yeah.
Bellevue is hopping.
Yo, how in the world does Bellevue got all those dang on tea shops and it be packed? How is it packed for bubble tea? Chef, what is going on?
Do I really need to explain that to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Why is there a line out the door for some dang on tea?
The same reason why there's so many bubble tea shops like on Highway 99 in Linwood. And I mean, you have Bellevue is it is underrated for how diverse it is.
Facts.
Oh, this is true.
Underrated.
Very facts.
Now, it may not be as economically diverse, but it is very diverse.
It is, absolutely. Now, Brenton Puyallup texted NG and says, obviously you didn't go down MLK Street. And you're right, Brent, I didn't. I wasn't trying to avoid it.
It's like going to Seattle and hanging out everywhere and it says, well, you didn't go to 12th and Jackson, did you?
Or 3rd and Pine. I know. Like every city, there are problem areas. I will say, though, that there are, if you haven't been to Tacoma, there was a vibe.
It's a vibe. You ever go over to so-and-so's house? Oh, did you go to Becky's house? Becky has a beautiful house. Did you go check their dirty clothes hamper?
Or in your house. Did you go to his loft?
Hey,
oh, no, your bedroom. Your bedroom. It's like me.
Terrible.
Did you go down to my downstairs basement room that has all the junk that I don't want anyone to see?
By the way, Lillian doesn't like that I be
outing your master bedroom?
Yeah.
Or your main bedroom?
It's bad. It's real bad. It's terrible.
Well, we all got that room.
On a scale, nah, you ain't got this master bedroom. I mean, excuse me, main bathroom, main bedroom. Well, I tell you.
I got to get used to that.
Me too.
Can you expound on that a little bit more for Lillian?
Oh, no, you get me in trouble.
No, because she probably would feel like you're saying that she doesn't keep a great house, which you both are invested in that home.
The house, look, it's clean.
Yes.
It's just terrible.
It's clean. We've been there. Yeah. We've been there. You've got a beautiful home.
Downstairs, great. Upstairs is the projects. Upstairs is the projects.
But you know what? That leaves you some room to do the next project.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely. Okay.
What's next?
Well, we've got 30 seconds.
Oh.
Okay. Did you hear first ever toll discount for lower income drivers that starts in December? Eligible drivers with a good to go pass will get 50% off tolls on parts of 509 and 167. To qualify, a single person must make no more than $32,000 a year. For a family of 4, the limit is $66,000. You have an issue with that?
You want to weigh in next?
Here's my thing.
Oh, wait, let's do it for agree to disagree.
I think you know what? Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that. Let's take that.
We need more time.
Yeah, we need more time.
And we need you guys texting in 888-973-5476. First ever toll discount for lower income drivers. Are you on board?
Make it fair for everyone. No, just kidding. All right, do that next, Gee Ursula. This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over...
Hi, I'm Ursula Reutin from the Gee and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the Gee and Ursula YouTube channel.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Holy smokes! The On Cruise Adventures Rick Riz Show.
What happened at the ballpark yesterday?
Sparky's sitting on my scorebook here, my cat.
Friday mornings at 8:15 on Seattle's Morning News.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You read it, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're read it, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
KIRO News Radio is your chance to win 2 tickets to see Santana and the Doobie Brothers White River Amphitheater August 6th. Head to mynorthwest.com/win to enter and see contest rules. That's mynorthwest.com/win for your chance to win.
So what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of feller who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Firefighters are cleaning up in France and Spain after hundreds of thousands of people have been evacuated due to wildfires. The fires in France and the Bordeaux region have burned an area about 4 times the size of Paris. ABC's Marcus Moore is in France.
The evacuation orders have remained in effect for large parts of the region, and while some have been able to return to their homes, fire crews are under no illusion about this. They know that this fight could potentially be far from over. The conditions are ripe for these fires to continue to pop up and potentially spread.
In the middle of panic and gunfire at the Bight of Seattle on Sunday, one apartment became an unexpected refuge.
Wait, what's going on?
It says shelter in place.
What the
2 Seattle roommates welcomed more than a dozen strangers into their home as people fled the deadly shooting. William Large tells KIRO 7 TV.
After we figured out, what was going on, the first thing I started thinking about was just, getting people to safety.
Several of those strangers have reached out to the roommates to thank them for providing a safe place to hide. Tonight, there will be a silent vigil at the International Fountain at Seattle Center. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin reports it'll be hosted by the mayor's office and first responders.
They just want people to be able to bring notes and flowers to honor those who were killed. Now, we're learning more about those victims. That's 44-year-old Carlos Israel Sanchez Villalba. He died at the scene, unfortunately. Now, according to the GoFundMe for his family, he was a father of 3 and a loving husband. 56-year-old Ashley Whitehead was also shot while waiting in line for cotton candy with her daughter. She was taken to Harborview for surgery, but didn't survive her injuries. We also know that 19-year-old Junior C. Nico Simo was shot and killed at the scene. Police believe that he was one of the 3 suspects involved in that shooting.
The vigil begins at 6:30 tonight. A big win for the Mariners last night as they took down the LA Dodgers 7-6.
The 3-2 swung on, cranked, left field, down the line, stay fair, off the foul pole, gone! Sail away, Rob Refsnyder.
The teams meet again tonight at 7:10. You can hear all the action on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. Now, forget about baseball trades. The Mariners have landed Seattle's hottest free agent, Jimothy the Raccoon. The viral Ballard celebrity is getting his own Jimothy night at T-Mobile Park next week. Fans who buy a special ticket package will score a Jimothy t-shirt, and the first 20,000 fans through the gates will get a collectible rookie card. Not bad for the Raccoon. And now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Southbound I-5 from Linwood into Seattle is going to take you at least 26 minutes. Northbound from South Center to downtown about 20. Over on the east side of 405 is still seeing some heavy delays with Bellevue to Linwood, taking you about 28 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio. Now for your forecast, sunshine and a little bit of clouds today. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's 72 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
What's up? Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. You're shaking your head
I'm
because
shaking my
Jimothy
head.
came into the news again.
Katrina brought up Jimothy, and I got to say, when she brought up Jimothy, and I said to myself, remember how you was complaining about Jimothy? Yeah. I wish we can just go back to Jimothy news. You know what I'm saying?
Those are simpler times. Let's talk about Jimothy.
Hey, Jimothy. You got a face only your mama could love. I apologize, man. I like talking about you, little dude or gal or whatever you are.
It's the comic relief that we need right now.
Yes, we need something sweet.
Okay.
What's up? Except that it's time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
Just speaking of sweet, I guess, sweet discount for low-income drivers on their tolls. So starting in December, they're going to get 50% off on portions of 509 and 167. So family of four, if you make 66 grand, you qualify. Gee, what do you think about low-income toll discounts?
Well, I think it's a good idea. I think the number is too low. Because right now, to qualify for this, it's at $36,000. How much?
32 for a single person.
32,000. Right now, median income here in the state is in the 70,000. So I think it needs to be around there. Because we all know that living in this state, making $60,000, $70,000 a year, you're not buying yachts and going crazy. But I'll get a little spicy here. You know, we hear a lot of opposition to the millionaire's tax. A lot of folks view it as unfair to just single out one tax income, even though most of us don't make millions.
Yeah.
That group of people. So here's my question, Ursula. Would those same people that support giving Washington residents making under $70,000 a year a 50% discount or even $30,000, would those same people support that too? Or is it different? Because I'm just trying to make sure when you guys are fighting for people, are you just fighting for the millionaires? Or do you keep that same energy and fight for the people that's not millionaires?
I'm going to quote 206, who texted in.
Oh, they queued up a reply already?
There we go again. The state is picking winners and losers on how they're going to tax everybody, and their minimum threshold is literally nothing.
Okay, you know what? Go ahead.
But I was going to answer to this. Do I have an issue with this? Absolutely not. Do I think that, as you said, a family of four, the limit is $66,000? Someone texted in and said, who qualifies? Somebody working part-time at a dollar store? I mean, $66,000 for a family of four, that's tough to make happen in this state, in this side of the state, I would say.
Who do you think the people would be that would oppose this? I wonder if the folks that would oppose this are the same ones that don't like that millionaire's tax.
I was already burned on my sweeping statement about beards, so I'm not going to make a sweeping statement about who might oppose this. It could be just in general, but I just want to be on record. I don't oppose it. These tolls anymore, at some point, our highways are only going to be for the rich.
Yeah.
Because it's just getting harder and harder, and the tolls are always at the max, it seems.
By the way, this does not apply to the max toll lanes.
Oh, good.
So This is, let's see, about a mile stretch on 509.
It's a tiny stretch, too, right?
Yeah, on the new expressway near SeaTac on 167. It's not the HOT lanes on Auburn, Kent, and Renton. So it's the new 2-mile connection. So you get 3 miles of discounts that'll save you 50 cents on one connection and $1 on the other one. If you want to do something meaningful, how about everybody can use the Lexus lanes if they have the minimum number of people in the cars? Like, come on. People should not be able to get into the left lane if you're paying $18 that other people can't afford. It's pretty simple. Anyways, let's move on.
Somebody said, I'm tired of paying everybody else's way. I made wrong decisions in my life, and I made right decisions in my life. I live by my decisions, and I pay my own way. If it's given away for free, it's not appreciated.
Well,
I wish people would understand what they're actually paying for is the excessive lifestyles of the incredibly rich in this country through the subsidies of taxes that they're paying that those people aren't.
And you act like contractors and folks that are affiliated and working with Amazon. You act like they are some of the largest recipients of SNAP benefits in the country.
We had that story.
You act that way.
Yeah.
Stop it, Chef.
All right, let's move over to Denver. They're in the midst of a drought over there. The city wants water use cut by 20%. It's been an utter failure so far. They've been able to cut back water by a grand total of 5%. And so now neighbors are narking on each other. More than 4,000 people have reported their neighbors as alleged water cheats, usually because, hey, how come their lawn is so green and mine is so brown? Gee, if you're in the middle of a drought and your neighbor's watering your lawn, what do you think about narking on your neighbor?
Can we expand it even further than the neighbor?
What's that?
If you see someone is getting away with something that you aren't, or would you be someone who would tell on that person?
So I think that my track record on this show shows my answer. It does not bother me if things are better for people and I didn't get that same advantage. But what I've learned in my life so far, that people get really bothered when things, oh my goodness, how can they get that? And so they call the people and say, these folks got green grass. They are taking the water. I'm going to mind my business. Hey, they shouldn't be doing that. But all right, let's move on. That's me.
Ursula?
Y'all know, I'm minding my business.
If we are in the middle of a drought and the situation is dire and someone is watering all day, all night, I might be the one that calls.
Okay. See, Gee, I think this is actually like a perfect microcosm of the fights we have in society. We're like, how come they get to water their lawn and I need to report them? And then, have the people who are willingly going without. Meanwhile, nobody's calling the city to report the golf courses that are certainly green, or the Colorado Rockies with their natural green grass field that somehow manages to stay nice, or the acreage properties that have allocations nobody else can use.
If they really wanted to, they could bust those folks.
Yeah, sorry, your golf course can't water itself.
Brian from Arlington says, part of my job is municipal code enforcement. People be calling on their neighbors for anything and everything. Okay, I'm not that neighbor.
Some people.
No. Someone called me. Someone called on my dog. And someone else called on my parking in front of my own house.
Were you parked poorly?
Yeah,
no.
Sometimes I look, on the Gee Ursula Show page. Sometimes I look on the text line. Let's be real. What are the biggest? Misery loves company. And one of the biggest reasons why people don't like to see other people just doing their thing. This is why, Brian, in Arlington, you get a lot of calls like, this person is doing this, because they just mad.
Yes.
They just mad. And if life was going so well, the last thing I'm going to do is text somebody and tell them, I don't like you. Okay, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Hey, text message feedback and then Ursula's words to live by.
I heard a lot of gunfire.
It really sounded like a firework at first.
A community searching for answers.
Breaking news, a mass shooting at Seattle Center.
500 plus people just like stampeding our way.
It was horrible. The kids right there screaming, trying to get their dad.
The station you trust when it matters most.
Detectives are working to track down everyone involved.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM and mynorthwest.com. Did you know that there's a place you can go to find out everything you've ever wanted to know about DUI? But maybe you're afraid to ask? That's right. DUI Heroes. They have their own YouTube channel. Go over to DUI Heroes to find them. There's 36 separate videos with free 99, free information about what happens during a DUI arrest. Stay informed. You can call them, too, 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com. DUI Heroes, your DUI defense specialist.
Bonneville, Seattle, and KIRO News Radio are looking for organizations that regularly distribute information about employment opportunities to job applicants or have job applicants to refer. If your organization would like to receive notifications of job vacancies, please notify Human Resources at 1820 Eastlake Avenue East, Seattle, Washington 98102, or email us at seattlealljobs@bonneville.com or call 206-726-6902. Bonneville is an equal opportunity employer.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Progressive presents the Museum of You.
We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then, you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
All right, I'm very excited to be speaking with Phil Mitchell. He is a new advertiser on the show. He owns Sunset Auto Family. Phil, welcome.
Thanks, Jake.
I want to talk about something that I cannot stress enough, how valuable this is for anybody who's looking for a car. You guys do oil changes for life. What does that mean?
Well, basically, it means if you buy a car that qualifies for oil changes for life, we're going to give you 5 oil changes a year. And they're about $150 now. You know, oil goes up and down, but guess what? We're going to change the oil for as long as you own that vehicle on us.
Like you're saying, oil changes are $150. They're even more if you're driving a diesel. And so you hold on to a vehicle for 10 years, that's like $10,000.
Oh, it can be even more than that. We've got a guy that's been changing his oil since 1985. He's gotten more oil changes than the car cost, and we're still changing it for him because that's what we do. We're your lifetime dealer.
And this is what people are going to get at Sunset Auto Family.
That's right. Great service for as long as you own the vehicle.
Oil changes for life. Only at Sunset Kia in Auburn, Sunset Ford, and Sunset Chevrolet in Sumner. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KIRO News Radio is giving you a shot at 4 tickets to see the Seahawks in their preseason home opener, Saturday, August 15th.
To enter, open the KIRO News Radio app or visit mynorthwest.com/win for details.
You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your chances.
Enter daily from July 28th through August 3rd.
Full details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
That's mynorthwest.com/win.
Hey, everybody. It is Gee and Ursula Show. If you've been hanging out all day with us today, thank you. If you're just showing up just now, where you been? Just kidding. Thank you for being here anyways.
Yeah. Okay, so text messages. Y'all had a lot to say about Gee's new look. We had even more people on our YouTube feed.
Yeah, it was here today.
Wanting to see you, mostly beardless. Anyway, you went ham on Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson in the 9 o'clock hour, and 253 said, well, that's refreshing, Gee.
And Aaron in Puyallup says, I can't believe I'm saying this, but preach, Gee, preach. And I want to just say, before I went off on that, I did make it clear, and I want to say it again. And really, I think Katie Wilson is a nice person.
Undoubtedly.
So I don't feel good when I dunk or do anything. That the sheriff of Pierce County, every single time that dude messes up, I love the opportunity to talk down on him because I don't like him and I think he's a bad person. The difference is with Katie Wilson, I think she's actually a good person. So I just wanted to really be clear about that. Go ahead, what you got, Ursula?
Should the chief of police live 7 days a week in Seattle? 206 says, you have no idea why he travels back. He may have kids in school that don't want to move. He may have a sick relative. Someone's questioning your work ethic is tough. I want that guy as the chief. He is an alpha male.
And Amy says, why would traveling home on weekends affect his commitment to the city? I don't understand why people are questioning this at all.
And then there's Vicky and Kenmore who says the chief of police is not just any government employee. He needs to live here full time. Most jobs that wouldn't be required. This one, absolutely. This is a no-brainer. Serious crime happens on the weekends as well.
I just want to ask this simple question. Can you live in a location full time while also having a second residence in another state? That's a serious question. Can you live in a city full time and also have a second residence in another state?
The answer is yes. Yep. Okay, Ursula thinks most women prefer men without beards. That was my attempt at a sweeping statement. Kara says, gee, my Auntie Barb, who never agrees with you,
I get all of those.
Messaged me and said, and I quote, I think Gee looks better without his beard. How about you?
Trish in Sammamish says, gee, you were hiding that fabulous smile so much younger and handsome. Hey, Trish, when I had the beard, couldn't you see the smile?
No.
You couldn't see it.
Remember I told you some people have a resting witch face?
Yes.
You have a resting smiling face. I said, gee, what have you been covering all these years?
I just want you to know, Ursula, when I think resting smile face, there's one character, and you guys know that I think of is the Joker.
Oh, no, not that kind of smile.
We're thinking like dolphins.
Oh, okay.
They always be smiling.
Yes.
All right.
It's just a friendly face.
Okay. What else you got?
Yes. Bonnie, because Chef made a sweeping statement. Bonnie says, I wear steel toe boots every day, and I do not have a skincare or makeup routine. I think that was meant to me, by the way, Bonnie. Whatsoever. I'm not very picky at all, but when it comes to man's looks, I cannot do a beard. It's just too... Forget that one. And gross. Stubble is my preference.
Allison in Stilico says, Team Ursula. I dated a guy with a very nice beard, and he was way higher maintenance than I am, and it was not an attractive quality to me. He talked to his beard while he was getting ready in the morning. It was a weird obsession that made beards a turnoff for me forever.
Yeah, if you name your beard, that's going a little too far.
That's a little weird. Whoa, that's a little weird. As a matter of fact, does anybody know someone that's named their beard before? I haven't.
Didn't say he named it, but talked to it.
Okay, I don't know this person. I've heard of people who name other things.
Yeah. Oh, it's time for Ursula.
Lord.
Ursula, good Lord. It's time for words to live by.
You guys, where did you go with that one? Okay.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I plead
Eddie
the
and
fifth.
Lola?
I plead the fifth.
Lord.
Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah, the quote.
Yes.
Real courage is doing the right thing when nobody's looking. Doing the unpopular thing because it's what you believe, and the heck with everybody else.
I just want to say real deal. There's a lot of people that lost focus on your words to live by today. Okay?
I know. You
Threw
know
a
that
little curveball there, Dan.
You know I do this purposely, right?
Oh, God.
Just stop. Okay.
Go ahead, Nick.
And Nick, I know that was innocent on your part, but we got.
Well, we can say that, sure.
Go ahead, Nick.
Well, to beard or not to beard has been the question on the hook, asking all the ladies what their preference is for fellas' looks. And while some would lean with cleaner cuts to give a better style, others disagree with Ursula and like that stubble smile. But I'd warn the guys to keep the beards real tight and tidy still, because even ones who dig the hair won't like that messy fill. Just like Gee's upstairs and downstairs at his crib. It might be looking nice on the ground floor, but you keep on moving up when you get into the weeds of the projects once you get to the top up there.
Weeds.
I just want to. No, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, you are. There's no way to win on that one.
Yeah.
We're good.
Thanks, Nick. We're going to end on that one. Thanks, Ursula. Thanks, Chef. And thank you, Nick. Hey, the Jake and Spike Show coming in next. Oh, my gosh. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Just like a tip. He's not a fake wannabe, trying to be a pimp. He dresses like the Dapper Don, but even in jeans, he's a classic original, the man of my dreams. Yes, my man says he loves me. Never says he loves me not.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Summertime means sunshine, baseball games, beach trips, hiking, sandwiches at the summit. So don't let your bank stop you from having fun. Free checking at WaFd Bank is the way to go. There are no minimum balances or monthly maintenance fees to worry about. Plus, you'll get spending tools and the latest technology to help you stick to your budget. Not only is WaFd Bank a best bank, we have more than 200 branches to serve you across 9 western states, so you have access wherever you are. Visit wafdbank.com to open your account. Non-sufficient funds charges may apply. Member FDIC.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO News Radio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Don't wait. Insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Did you know that 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state? I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide financial support for breast and gynecologic cancer patients in our community. Join us at Life in Color, a summer brunch, auction, and fashion show on August 23rd at the Somme Hotel in Woodinville for an unforgettable afternoon of inspiration. Get your tickets now for Life in Color on August 23rd at nwhopeandhealing.org. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. Northwest News.
Progressive Insurance. Progressive can protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, RV, and more. In short, a lot of things. Bundle today at progressive.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online.